Now let's look at tip number 3. You've got to give context and set expectations of timing. I've already mentioned this a little bit earlier. We don't want to trade time for money. We don't want to fall back into that mindset. We don't want them to get in that mindset, but we have to give context. We have to set expectations because it's important for them to know, when am I going to get a return on my investment, right? They're investing in themselves. When are they going to see that return? That's why I love using the word typically, because it gives a suggestion of time, and then there's flexibility, okay? And don't get too hung up on the time frame. You'll slip back into it, then they'll get in that, and then it's no fun. Just let it be a brief mention and keep moving on, okay? So I love that word typically. Now, when you're talking about your payment options, we're going to get to the 30-day. I see a lot of people typing in questions about the 30-day money-back guarantee. Sit tight on that. I'm about to get to that here in just a few moments. Before we do, I want to talk about the payment options, because here's another great thing that we offer, and we find that it makes enrollment conversations go way more smoothly. They're easier to have, and they're way better for your clients to experience as well. So we talked about our 2 packages, and in those 2 packages we talked about, you know, the Jumpstart package is $2,400, the total results package is $4,500, right? And that's how you're going to present them. You're going to present them as the total package price. And then you're going to present payment options. And so you've got the pay in full. That's one payment option, but we have to make sure that we convey what's in it for them when they pay in full. And then you have an installment option, and we have got to convey what's in it for them. Now let me cue this up right here. By installment option, I am not talking about you break your package down into monthly pricing. If Kate were on the call right now, she would tell you that this took years for me to crack her bad habits of this. We're not going to slip into say, oh, you know, my package is $2,400 for my Jumpstart, so you can, you know, it's just $800 a month for coaching with me. Like, that is not what you're about to do. If you do, I will come after you with a whip. What we're offering is a convenience for our clients, an easy way for them to get started. It's breaking that payment down into installment options. So for the pay in full, when somebody pays in full, and again, this is our best practices, this is what we find works, it's tried and true, it's what we teach here. There's probably other approaches to this, but it's what we teach here. And the pay in full is when you pay in full, you receive a savings, a 10% savings. And it focuses on those people that like to save money. And I want to give a heads up here. In your enrollment conversations, you don't want to say a 10% discount. When you use the word discount, it begins to not only talk about a discount of your money, but the prospects that you're talking to make this interesting and often unconscious connection in their mind that it discounts your services as well. So we don't want to do that. We want to focus on saving. So you get a 10% savings. Pay in full, you get a 10% savings. So for our Jumpstart package, it's $2,400. They pay in full, they're going to save $240. The installment option is just an emphasis on managing cash flow. That's why this is important. That's what's in it for your prospect. Is if cash flow is important to you right now for where you are, then it's going to be easier to get started with this installment option, right? And so that's why somebody would like this. When we're presenting payment options, we want both options. Whoever chooses each of these options, we want them to feel like they won. We want them to feel really good in choosing that option. And so when I present my payment options, if I'm in the enrollment conversation, so Elizabeth, let's say that we're in this enrollment conversation and you're the prospect and I'm the coach. You know, I've just said, you know, some of my clients, they want immediate, they just want to get a jump start on this. They want fast and furious. So I have this Jumpstart coaching package. Here's what it includes and here's why it's important to you and here's the price. And then I say, you know, some of my clients, they're in it for the long term and they want this, and so I have this total results coaching package and here's what's included and why that's important and here's the price. So after I present both options, then I talk about, you know, some of my clients, they love to save money. And so when you pay in full, for whichever package you choose. When you pay in full, you'll receive a 10% savings. So if saving money is attractive to you, you might prefer this option. On the other hand, some of my clients, it's really important for them to manage cash flow. So you can also, I also provide an installment option if it makes it easier to get started. And so you can do 3 installments of $800 while we're working together if that is if managing cash flow is a big deal for you. And again, I kind of try it out. I'm like, you know, which one resonates with you more? Are you a save money kind of gal, or are you a manage cash flow kind of gal? Like, there's no judgment about it. One's not good, bad, right, or wrong. It's just a preference. And so I ask them, you know, are you a save money kind of person, or are you a manage cash flow kind of person? They're like, oh my gosh, and they'll tell you. And you'll get both kinds, and you'll be like, and you'll hear people say, no, I love to save money anywhere possible, so I will absolutely go pay in full. When somebody says something like that, you know secretly in your head they're a new client. It's just a matter of getting them to that yes. And you'll also hear people, they'll be like, oh my God, I so wish I could pay in full, but no, cash flow, I've got to really watch my cash flow right now. And so that would be just a super big help. And they might even go into some of their story about, you know, I've got a kid in college and we just had to do this, but managing my cash flow, that would be really helpful. It'd be like, great, that's going to be super easy for you. And so I always like to present the 2 payment options so that no matter which option somebody chooses, they feel like they got a good deal.